Good morning, students. In the previous class, we had seen about the acceleration, isn't it? Before that, uniform velocity and the acceleration. So today we'll see the types of acceleration, uniform and non-uniform acceleration. So what is uniform acceleration? A body has a uniform acceleration if it travels in a straight, okay? So it is straight line. If it travels in a straight line and its velocity increases, okay? For example, consider car. So car is moving in a straight line. And what happens to the velocity? Velocity goes on increasing by equal amounts in equal intervals of time, okay? The distance should be equal and the time is equal. So at equal intervals of time. So let's consider an example. Now if you consider here the car moves from point A to point B, then point B to point C, and it goes on. So if we see about car moving from point A to point B, so if we take the acceleration of this point, that is A to B, so what is the formula? Final velocity minus initial velocity and the time, isn't it? So from A to B, what is the final velocity? It is 20 meter per second and the initial velocity is 10 meter per second. And what is the time? It covers the distance within 5 seconds. So time taken is 5. So 20 minus 10 is 10 by 5 is equal to 2 meter per second square. So you have got the acceleration 2 meter per second square. Now let's consider car moves from B to C. So B to C, if you take, what is the final velocity? It is C, that is 30 meter per second. And what is the initial velocity? It is 20. Please don't take 10 because already car has moved from A to B. Now it is moving from B to C. So B will be the initial velocity and C will be the final velocity. And what is the time from B to C? Even here equal intervals of time, that is 5 seconds. So 30 minus 20 is 10 by 5. You got 2 meter per second square. So if you see here, in both the cases you have got the acceleration 2 meter per second square, isn't it? Now through this example you can make out that throughout the journey the velocity is in uniform rate. The velocity is not changing here. Okay, it increases. Velocity is changing in equal amount. Okay, it is not changing in unequal amount, but it changes in equal amount. So it goes on increasing but in equal amount. For example, if you consider the examples here, what you can see here is, first example, ball is dropping, isn't it? Ball is dropping. If you consider this is the point A. So from point A, the ball is dropping down. If you see the second, the running down the slope, okay, this is, you can see the slope, isn't it? So the person runs, or maybe if you consider cycling, so okay, cycling. Then the third example, rolling down an inclined plane. Ball is rolling down inclined plane. All these three examples shows that the object was in stationary position. If you see, ball is here, okay, here, and the person. So all the three examples shows that object was at stationary position, and from there what happens? We have left, okay, we have left. For example, consider the first example, from the stationary position just leave the ball, so balls drops down. So gradually if you see, its velocity is increasing. So here also velocity is changing in a uniform rate, okay, it is not a non-uniform. But if you see, consider this example, third one, ball is moving in a slope, isn't it? So this is a stationary position and just leave the ball, so it moves in a uniform rate. So velocity, as it goes down, the velocity increases. So that is what the uniform acceleration. A body has a uniform acceleration if it travels in a straight line and its velocity increases by equal amounts in equal intervals of time. Next, we will move on to non-uniform motion. Now, what is non-uniform motion? A body has a non-uniform acceleration. A body has a non-uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by unequal amounts. Okay, unequal amounts, but in equal intervals of time. Time will be same, but if you see the amounts, it is going to be changed. Unequal amount. For example, crowded road. See how the cars are moving. So if you consider the example for non-uniform acceleration. So consider point A to B. Car moves from A to B. Now if you find out the acceleration, what is the final velocity here? It is 15 meter per second. And what is the initial velocity? It is 10. And the time taken is 5. So 15 minus 10 is 5 by 5 is 1 meter per second square. So from A to B, you have got the acceleration 1 meter per second square. Now let's consider from B to C. Car moves from point B to point C. So what will be the acceleration? The final velocity is 5 and the initial velocity is 15. And what is the time? 5. So 5 minus 15 is minus 10, 5. So 5 2s are 10, whereas minus, okay. So minus 2 meter per second square. Now in the third case, if you see, that is C to D, if you see, the final velocity is 20 and the initial velocity is 5. So 20 minus 5 and the time taken is 5. What did you get? 15 by 5 is 3 meter per second square. Now if you see in the three cases, what is the acceleration here? Acceleration is changing, isn't it? If you see in the second case, it is retardation or negative acceleration. So what happens here? Acceleration is not constant. Since acceleration is not constant, what happens to the velocity? Velocity also gets changed. So this is an example for non-uniform acceleration. Let's move on to the problems. A bus decreases its speed from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 5 seconds. Find the acceleration of the bus. So what happens? Bus, it moves, okay. First what happens? It decreases its speed from 80 to 60. When the bus traveled, what was its speed? 80 km per hour, okay. Then slowly it decreases its speeds and come to 60 km per hour within what time? Within 5 seconds. So you have to find the acceleration. Now if you see the acceleration formula, V minus U, that is the final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So what is the final velocity here? It is 60 km. Okay, starting journey is 80 km. So that will be initial velocity, that is U. So V is 60 km per hour. So since it is given kilometer per hour, we have to convert into meter per second. We need meter per second, isn't it? Velocity. So whenever you have to convert meter per second from kilometer per hour, you have to multiply with 5 by 18. So 60 into 5 by 18 is equal to, you get 16.66 meter per second. So as usual, like even the initial velocity, that is 80 kilometer per hour. So 80 into 5 by 18, you get 22.22 meter per second. So now you have got the velocity in meter per second, both initial as well as final. Now let's find out the acceleration. A is equal to, what is the final velocity? 16.66 minus the initial velocity is 22.22. by 5. So when you divide, you get minus 1.11 meter per second square. So when this comes 11 minus, what is this? This is the negative acceleration, or it is also called retardation. Next we'll do the second example. A train starting from a railway station. Okay, train starts from a railway station and moving with uniform acceleration attains a speed 40 km per hour in 10 minutes. Find its acceleration. So how it is moving? It is moving with uniform acceleration. Okay, equal amounts at equal intervals of time where velocity is increasing. In first case, if you see, the velocity is decreasing here, isn't it? Because minus negative acceleration. So here if you see uniform acceleration, so velocity is increasing. So what is the initial velocity here? A train starting from a railway station. So they have given railway station, but they have not mentioned. So our initial velocity will be 0. U is equal to 0. Whereas it moves with a uniform acceleration where it attains a speed 40 km per hour. So 40 km per hour is your final velocity. How to convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second? That is 40 into 5 by 18. You get 11.11 meter per second. Now what is the time? Within 10 minutes it moves. Okay, it attains the speed 40 km per hour. So 10 minutes. Since the time is given in minute, you have to convert into seconds. So how to convert? 10 into 60 seconds, you get 600 seconds. So as per the formula, V is 11.11 minus U is 0 by 600, you get 0.0185 meter per second square. So this is your acceleration and this is the positive acceleration. So I have explained here. When you do, please try to understand and do it, and whatever the problems which I have done in this lesson, please write it in your notebook, because separately I will not give. So write it in your notebook.